Today I'm going to make a pot roast in my slow cooker because it's summer and I don't want to keep my oven on for hours. It's not a complicated recipe, so let's get started. For this recipe, I'm going to use my 6-quart slow cooker. So I'm going to add 2 yellow onions, finely chopped, to my slow cooker. Here you go. I'm going to make a bed of onion for the meat. And because this is a no-fuss recipe, I'm not going to sear the beef. Here I have 2 3/4 pounds of chuck roast. I like using 2 pieces that are thinner rather than using one thick piece because I think they will just cook better this way. Here I have 2 cups of water, but you may use unsalted beef broth instead. I am going to season the water with half a tablespoon of onion powder, half a tablespoon of garlic powder, half a tablespoon of complete seasoning. I like Badia and I use it for a lot of things. Half a tablespoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of ground cumin. If you don't like it, you don't have to add to it, but I love ground cumin. 1 teaspoon of Knorr tomato bouillon with chicken, or you may use any Knorr of your choice or omit it if you don't like it. And 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. It's going to give the broth a great flavor. And stir. Now I'm going to add a pack of brown gravy mix. It's 0.87 ounces. If you don't want to add it, you may omit it, but it's going to make our broth so much more tasty, our gravy. And mix. Instead of the seasonings, you may add a couple of the gravy mixes or 1 pack of gravy mix and 1 pack of pot roast mix. So I'm just using a little combination here of my favorite seasonings and a pack of gravy mix. It's going to be fantastic. And pour it all over the meat. Like so. This is a great recipe. If you don't feel like searing the meat, you don't have much time to fuss around the kitchen, this is the best recipe ever. And I don't want to lose any seasoning, so I scrape the cup. Kind of loosen up a little bit the sides so some of the liquid can go underneath the meat, like that. If you want to sear the meat, I have another video of a pot roast in the slow cooker that I sear the meat. So I'll put the link in the description. It's important to clean around the pan, cover, make sure it's really sealed. And I'm going to cook it on high for 4 to 5 hours, or you may cook it on low for 6 hours. The meat has been cooking for 4 hours and now it's time to add the vegetables. Of course, you may add any vegetable you want. I'm going to add 1 large baking potato because that's what I have at home. It's about a pound. 1 3/4 pound sweet potato. Half a cup of frozen peas. A couple of medium carrots that I scraped. I don't ever peel carrots. I think it's a waste. I just scrape it with a knife. A couple of stalks of celery, and I'm going to add a couple of pieces of yuca. Have you ever had yuca? It's delicious. It's like a dense potato on steroids. These pieces were frozen, so they've been sitting here for about 30 minutes and got a little bit defrosted. So I'm going to peel and dice the potatoes, dice the celery and carrots, and probably cut the yuca in half because it takes a little longer to cook than just a simple potato. I'm going to remove the lid. Oh, wow. It looks nice, everyone. I'm going to stir a little bit, like that. Loosen everything up. It smells good, looks good. I love it to be 100% falling apart. I don't like tough meat. That's why I cooked it for 4 hours. By now it's 4.5 hours because I was chopping up vegetables. If you want to, you can trim the fat off of the chuck roasts before adding to the pan, so it's not so greasy at the end. But mine is not that fat, but still, you may totally remove the fat. Okay, so now I'm going to add the white potato that I cut up into bite-sized chunks like this. Same with the sweet potato. Here you go. Now the yuca. I cut it in half and remove the fiber that's in the center. And I'm going to add to the broth or gravy all 4 pieces. Add the carrots and celery as well. Push it into the broth as much as possible. It'll be okay. It's going to cook. There's just enough gravy in here to cook everything. I'm not going to add the green peas yet. I got a rag a little bit damp. I'm going to clean around the rim of the pan. Also dry around the rim of the lid because it is wet. Cover. Let it cook for another 45 minutes on high, and then I'll add the green peas. Okay, so I cooked the vegetables for 1 hour because it took a while for the broth to come to a boil again, and then I added the peas and cooked for another 30 minutes. So it was a total of 5.5 hours cooking the pot roast, and it is amazing, gorgeous, don't you think? I'm going to put some on my plate. The beef is so succulent. I like it like this, falling apart. Like I said, you may cook it for an hour less, but I really think 5.5 hours total is just, it's spectacular. I put some rice in a bowl. I'm going to get some meat. Oh yeah, I like it like this, falling apart. How about you? Do you like it like that? Oh yes, just the way the doctor ordered. I absolutely love yuca and potatoes in my pot roast. I'll get this piece of yuca right here. There you go. With some gravy. I'm going to fish some sweet potato and everything else in between right here. What do you think? Pot roast of champions. I love it. Of course, what's missing in this plate? Gravy. Here we go. Get a little gravy. A little more. And now I'm going to try this deliciousness. I'm telling you, the smell in this house, so good. A little potato, yum. I'm gonna get a little yuca. The gravy is going to thicken as it sits because the yuca and the potatoes have starch. So rich. How do you like it? I love it. A little bit of celery. Yum, everybody. This is top-notch homemade pot roast. Super tender, delicious beef. Nothing beats chuck roast for this dish. If you like my recipe, please don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.